Sorry about that. False start. I'm going to restart this because I don't want to have to clean that up, or I don't want people to have to listen to that. So I'll be right back. The great secret that's been hidden from humanity until now, the greatest secret, I think, that's been hidden from humanity until now. And I know there's a lot of people that say a lot of things about a lot of great secrets, and they're not all the greatest secret. Marianne, so nice to see you again, my good friend from South Africa. And sorry we got disconnected. Very good to see you again. But this, I think, really may be the greatest secret that's been hidden from us. You know, and I don't say it just because I'm trying to hype a single YouTube video, but I've been 37 years across the spectrum of spirituality, 20 years Pentecostal minister, Bible college graduate, and now almost another 20 years in this new thought, free form, new age spirituality. And I'm telling you, folks, I think that this is the greatest secret that I've ever discovered that's been hidden from us. And it's so, so powerful. I covered this in a video yesterday. I'm in the 13th day of my fast. My hands are slightly a little bit shaky because I just had a really hard workout, but I'm in my 13th day of a fast. So the revelations are coming hot and heavy. I'm in the midst of a twin flame relationship. So I'm under the spout, ladies and gentlemen, where the glory comes out. So let's get right into this message. And this is the new Cosmic Knowledge channel brought to you by the MYSTECH movement. Get these bracelets. They changed my life. They'll change yours. They're tuned to the Schumann resonance, where we turn you to the Schumann resonance and gets rid of all your dis-ease, or at least a good percentage of it, within a short time. I've got tons and tons of testimonies. Halo's going to be coming on real soon. We also have them tuned to serotonin, which will keep you from having to take Paxil. And I've got 432s for help with entities, colloidal silver, if you don't want to swallow the colloidal silver, Shiva Lingam or something, if you want some help from that. Great stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead. Oh, Native American, says Sassy Susie, did fasting to get knowledge from the Great Spirit. This is very important, folks. I'm not ignoring you, but I am going to jump into presentation mode because there's things I want you to see. There's things I want you to know. There's things I want you to get with this. So we're going to jump into presentation mode with your permission. And I will come back and hit the chat room and make sure that I do get all of your questions in at the end. So please don't dismay. We are going to go into presentation mode right now. And we're talking about the great secret. It's hidden from ages past. It's now revealed. And this is from New Cosmic Knowledge. And you see that it usually just says Jeffrey Darty, but now I got New Cosmic Knowledge, Sandra and Jeffrey Darty, because a lot of this came from her. And a lot of the knowledge that I'm now sharing with you comes from her, comes through her, and it comes through the creative activities of the both of us, and that's part of what we're going to talk about. And ladies and gentlemen, I do believe this is the great secret. What is an Eloha? Well, if you want to see me break down the Hebrew and the Greek words on this, go to the video yesterday I did entitled, Why Did Only One Elohim Incarnate? I will link that in the information box below. But basically, an Eloha is a male or a female deity. And if you read in the ancient Hebrew scriptures, which were borrowed liberally from the ancient Sumerian scriptures, in the beginning of this creation, the beings that came to this earth, to this place where there was no earth to create it, they were known as Eloha. And a male Eloha, and there was also female Eloha. In the beginning, the Eloha came, and they were male and female. They were gods and goddesses. That's what an Eloha is. An Eloha is the male, the single male deity. An Eloha is a single female deity. That's what an Eloha is. And it's important to note that Eloha cannot create alone. These are deep secrets, deep secret of what an Eloha is. I'll wager that 99% of you, if there's more than 5 people in this chat room today that have ever heard of an Eloha everybody gets a free ebook. Everybody gets an ebook of your choice. If there's more than 5 people that have ever heard of an Eloha, and you got to be honest, because I know there's not more than 5 people that have ever heard of an Eloha. And I know there's not more than 5 people that don't know that an Eloha can't create alone. Not even the august, illimitable word that came and manifest in flesh. Even the word can't create by himself. And I'm glad Scotty Roberts is here. And Scotty, feel free to check my theology and make sure that I'm in the book. But I want to take you to the Hebrew writings of the first century. I'm not going to call it the Bible anymore because it's really not the Bible. These are Hebrew writings from the first century of the, what we would call the original Jesus movement, the original Yeshua movement, the original Christ movement, the original movement of the master, whatever you want to say, however you want to phrase it, that's okay. I call him the master. We're not going to get caught up into that. But let me show you that even the word himself could not create alone. Scotty, feel free to check my theology, brother. This is John 1. It says, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was an Eloha. He was an Eloha. And I showed you this from the Greek or from the Hebrew yesterday. So if you want to go back and look at that, look at it. In the beginning was the Word. And he was by himself. What did he do when he was the Word there by himself? He didn't do nothing. I don't know if he played sacred solitaire. I don't know if he juggled planets, but he didn't do anything as far as anything that we're told. He was just there. And then the Word was with another Eloha. In the beginning was the Word. He was an Eloha. And then he was with another Eloha. And when the word Eloha got with this other Eloha, then the Word was Elohim. This is how he became Elohim. By himself, Eloha, not doing anything. This other one over here, by herself, Eloha, not doing anything. But then the Word was with this other Eloha. They became Elohim. And what they do, all things were made by them. Eloha doesn't do nothing on their own, at least creative. Eloha doesn't do nothing on his own, at least creative. Even the Word that became flesh and dwelt among us and gave us these great teachings, the ways that lead to life, the peace that passes all understanding, even he couldn't do anything by himself. Why? Because he was an Eloha. And it's not until Eloha gets with Eloha and becomes Elohim that they become creative. And not just some things, but all things are made this way. And there's not anything made that was made other than being made by this way. Eloha plus Eloha equals Elohim equals creation. And this is the light that is the light of men who are Elohims in training. The Master said it. It's said in the ancient Hebrew scriptures, Psalm 82. And this is a light that shines in darkness. This is a great secret that's shining in darkness. And darkness can't understand it. And if we get into the Greek here, like I did yesterday, you'll see this word really means overcame it. They're trying to overcome this truth. They're trying to keep it down. They've done a great job, but today it ends. Today we know what the truth is. And they can't hide it from us any longer. Eloha cannot create alone. Not even the Word could create alone. But Eloha plus Eloha equals Elohim, which equals creation. And not just some creation, not just most creation, not just almost creation. All of creation is like this. There's not one thing that's been made, that has been made, that wasn't made outside of this process. And that's John, the last writer of the New Testament, who waited 60 years after the apostles wrote, 40 years after Paul wrote. He sat back and took a panoramic view of all the truth, and he sat down and gave us the most important stuff. It was the last will and testament of the apostolic era. That point cannot be made strongly enough. Eloha plus Eloha equals Elohim equals creation. This is the greatest secret that they've ever hid from you. Well, why is it such a big deal? Well, because all creation's done this way. There's absolutely nothing, according to the final message of the last apostle, and I do have a book entitled that, there's absolutely nothing that has been created outside of this process. This is the way it's done. And of course, the ancient spiritual axiom says, as above, so below. So we've been given insight into how all creation is done above. Well, that's great for pie in the sky in the sweet by and by after you die. But we need something for why we're still around down here on the ground. As above, so below. So let's get something for below. I believe that all Eloha that choose to, that want to go to a higher level, all Eloha must incarnate as part of their creation process. If an Eloha desires to raise above Eloha status, they must enter into an incarnation process as part of their creation process. It's part of their development. Stay with me. I showed you on the last show about the Elohim. Christianity wants to teach us only one Eloha ever incarnated, but we know, and I've proven to you, search Sophia on this channel, you'll find it. Sophia incarnated as Lilith. So we had the completed Christ, female and male, and that's getting to some of our secret. So we know Christianity's wrong. I say they're lying. That more than one Elohim has incarnated. And just think about it logically. Why would just one Elohim, or excuse me, one Eloha incarnate? And you'll see from this that it's impossible that only one would incarnate, because one can't create by him or herself. So at least two had to incarnate. And if one pair incarnated, why wouldn't other pairs incarnate? If the Elohim are not respecters of persons, then the Elohim are not respecters of Elohim. It's a process open to anyone. And I choose to believe that more than one pair of Elohim decided they wanted to ascend and grow beyond who they are. So more than one pair of Eloha has incarnated as a process of becoming Elohim. Ooh, there's a heavy Rebbe dropped on me. You can't go from Eloha to Elohim unless you incarnate and learn about the creation process. Sometimes when a spiritual being incarnates into physical manifestation, stuff happens. Things happen, weird stuff. I mean, it's the height of alchemical manifestation. And there's a lot of moving parts, and it can get a little messed up. It's like our cake this morning. If you stop stirring your cake a little bit too soon, you don't get a great cake. Things can happen. And I believe that some of the Eloha that have manifested in this earth, and man, I am just popping with energy. I think, today Sandra and I are in a fast and abstinence mode because of the rising of the chrism, the sacred secretion. We're talking about that tonight at 7 p.m. And sometimes when the Eloha manifested in the flesh, they forgot who they were. They forgot that they were Eloha. They forgot that they were here to find their other Eloha, move into Elohim, and move into creation. Can I ask you a crazy question? Is it possible that you've forgotten that you were Eloha? Is it possible that you've forgotten that you came here to manifest in flesh so that you could meet up with your Eloha partner, become Elohim, and move on into the creative mode that is your destiny? Is it possible that you've forgotten? Is it possible that I could tighten this mic stand so I don't have to continually play with it? The Master, Jesus, Yeshua, the Christ, Yahamasha Kunasana, whatever you people want to call him, he talked to people, and he said he was talking to those with ears to hear. Everybody has these ears. Everybody that's born, unless they have, of course, some type of an oral imperfection or some accident, they can hear anything and everything in 3D reality. He's talking to people that were listening and tuned into above 3D reality. And I'll be honest with you. If you can't tune into 4D, 5D reality, you're probably not going to get much from this anymore, except mad. I had somebody drop the fornicate word on me today. I haven't heard that. I don't know if I've ever heard that, Scotty, since I left the church. That was so funny. But she won't be dropping it again. Oh, you got to work hard to get blocked, but sometimes they do. So the master's talking to those with ears to hear beyond 3D, with ears to hear into 4D, 5D, 6D, and he said to them, you are gods. You know what he said to them? He said, you are Eloha. You are Eloha. Does that mean that everybody in planet Earth, on planet Earth, maybe there are some in planet Earth, does it mean that everybody today manifests on planet Earth or Eloha? Of course not. No, it doesn't. But it means there's enough of us, yeah, and I did say us, there's enough of us that are manifested Eloha that the master, who was a manifested Eloha himself, and who I'm increasingly believing, and now I need to study this more, met his manifested Eloha counterpart in the person of Mary Magdalene, who even Augustine called the apostle to the apostles. Look what those two created. There was enough of us here that he came and she came and they said, you dudes are gods. You chicks are goddesses. Why would he say that? Why would he say to you, you are Eloha? If an Eloha can't do a damn thing by themselves, why would the master tell you you're Eloha? Just so you could pat yourself on the back? So you could get a t-shirt that says Eloha? So you could walk around saying, I'm an Eloha. No. He said you're an Eloha so that you would learn and know that as an Eloha alone, you can't do anything. And he wants you to look for your other Eloha counterpart so you can do what? So you can create. Because nothing gets done that gets done outside of this alchemical prescription. It's not me making it up. It's not me writing it. I'm the mailman. I deliver the mail. That's why he said, listen. Now listen, guys. You're Eloha. Grow, develop, be all you can be, but know that I need you to move into an Elohim relationship so you can really get crack-a-lacking and really get creating. Because, folks, there ain't nothing that gets done outside of this alchemical prescription, and we need to get things done. Cousin, we're in the creating business, and we need for business to be booming. We need for you to wake up and understand the great secret that's been hidden from ages past, that's now revealed. We need you to know what an Eloha is and that you're one. We need you to know that even though you can do great things on your own, you can't affect the alchemical prescription alone that you can with an Elohim. We love you. We need you. Like what you're doing, Eloha. But this is what we need. We need Eloha plus Eloha moving into Elohim to get the creating done that we need to get done. Cousin, we're in the creating business. And once we get this formula in action, then business is a booming. Okay. I'll stop screaming now. And I will go into the chat room and I'll see what we've got to see. Greetings and salutations from Mark Center Saint. We're going to get Mark Center Saint on to talk. This is his deal. Let me see if I can show you what his deal is. Yeah, there it is. Pose 13. Magical Mystery Store. He's a very interesting fellow. I want to get him on the show. Let's make it happen, Mark. I'm going to have lots of time after next week, after this week, after Tuesday of next week. We're going to get on Pose 13. I want to talk to you And I just messed up my camera. And my camera's still messed up. Doggone it. Stay with me, folks. We'll get it fixed. I'm a little fuzzy. I'm a little blurry. That's okay. That's the way I feel a lot of the times. All right. I can't stand it. Anyway, we're just going to have to live with it. So let's continue to roll on through the chat room. Hello to you, my eternal love. The parenting tips Sandra gave yesterday was priceless. Scotty, what do you mean no sound? The sound's perfect. That's silly Scotty Roberts. I don't know what he's talking about. When you run across these things, please share. Absolutely, and we will continue to do so. Native Americans did fasting to get knowledge from the Great Spirit. I tell you what, it still works because I'm getting some knowledge from the Great Spirit. And this camera is giving me fits today, but that's all right. Aloha from Hawaii. That's funny. Maybe that's not a coincidence. Absolutely. The word really was a thought, but he did manifest as a person. At least 200. Oh, listen to Scotty Roberts dropping knowledge on us. He says, according to the book of Enoch, and I know that I've said the book of Enoch is a fake and it is a forgery. And what I really mean is that, wow. What I really mean is that the book of Enoch, as we know it today, there we go, finally is a fake and a forgery. But that doesn't mean there wasn't really a book of Enoch, because there was. And Scotty Roberts talks about, according to the book of Enoch, at least 200 Eloha came down and manifested. That's pretty interesting. Hello to you in Beirut. Katha's rods told her that she's an Eloha, and Katha's rods came from me. So you know they're right. And here's an interesting point, and Sandra and I are going to be getting to this. If we've been reincarnated, then we probably have multiple twin flames. Don't know that it's a necessity. I don't know that that's Socratic. If I have a twin flame and I've been reincarnated, I must have multiple twin flames. Not sure that it's that Socratic. Socratic means Socratic knowledge is Jeff is a man, all men are mortal, therefore Jeff is mortal. That's Socratic knowledge. Boom, boom, boom. Not a perfect system, but a very workable system. So I'm willing to think along that way with you, Katha, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna just say yeah right off the bat. Jeff has been fast and furious. That's funny. That's funny. Nice to hear straight talk from the hip from someone who's studied and been on both sides of the fence. Thank you, Linda Adams. I do have the some unique experience. Fornicator. Scotty Roberts, you're hilarious. Oh, sorry, Katha. I know a person who thinks that they are an Elohim, but I'm not so sure about that, Jeff. Could you ask your rods? Sure, I'll ask the rods. Give me a name. Just like Shiva, Sandra says, met his. I lost it. Just like Shiva met his, Krishna met his, the Christ met his. That woman is very, very smart. Bring on my twin flame, cousin. Calling out to my Eloha. Sandra and I will work with you to call, manifest, learn to find your twin flame. We work on a donation basis. Just let us know. Yeah, Jeff is too hyped up to use his inside voice. Jeff is a Roland the Philosopher's Stone. Thank you, Mark Sinner Saint. That is high praise from Mark, because he is a man of deep arcane knowledge. What would you use to start fasting? You know how I started fasting? I did this. I shut my mouth. I quit eating food and I drank water. It's not that complicated. And that was 13 days ago. Wendy says she agrees with Catherine on twin flames. I'm not saying I don't agree. I'm just saying that I'm not sure. Where'd the rods go? Ah, here they are. All right, Daniel, let's ask your rod question. Oh, he's like, I'm asking for a friend, but it was really him. That almost never happens. Okay, here we go. Is Daniel with the ET meme, is Daniel an Eloha? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I drink exclusively distilled water. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe that's probably the greatest secret that they've been hiding from us. And that's why I'm on this mission to get you to at least start asking if your twin flame is out there. And, you know, twin flame is not just some fluffy unicorn and rainbow thing. It's, and if you don't like the term twin flame, say, is my other Eloha out there? I want to manifest with him or her so I can create, because we know nothing gets done without that. Is Coletin Hippen an Eloha? No answer. Maybe it wants you to know for yourself. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This was some great revelation knowledge. I started out on a juice fast, but I didn't like all the carbs, so I dropped that. Every now and then, please ask the rods your questions. I didn't see your questions. For those who aren't Eloha, what are they? That's a really good question. Every now and then, if I get super hungry, I do have a protein shake. So technically, I haven't fasted 13 days, but I'm not worried about somebody else's technicalities. I'm worried about optimizing myself physically so I can optimize myself spiritually, period. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm with the twin, but he was abused and now has narcissistic issues, so we don't get along very well. Sorry, cousin. That's an interesting point too, Catherine. Different races on Earth. Maybe there's different entities too. Wow, this is deep stuff. Sandra and I will keep plumbing these depths. We'll keep bringing you more information. Today, 7 o'clock, Serpent and Dove, Sacred Secretion, Rising of the Chrism. We're both involved in that process. We're fasting today. We're abstaining today. You are going to like what you hear. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. This is New Cosmic Knowledge. Sandra says she thinks we can drop in and out of connection with our twin flame. Well, let's hope not in our case, sweetheart. But I know what she's talking about, and we will discuss that in upcoming days and months on the Serpent and Dove show and the soon coming Serpent and Dove podcast. For Sandra D, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. This is the New Cosmic Knowledge channel where we get you to ask questions. Oh, that's right. Sandra talks about destined twin flames and other parts of other twin flames. It's fascinating. Oh, so you guess what, Sandra? There's some Eloha twin flames and there's non-Eloha twin flames. Bam. That's why I love that woman. That's why I love that woman. Powerful stuff. Stay tuned for more just like this. Both Sandra and I fasted, abstinent condition coming to you tonight, wall to wall, treetop tall, 7 p.m. tonight. Mark Center Saint just put on a hat so we could take it off to me. Well, let me return the favor, my friend. I put on the Rex Bear hat so I could take it all off to you. You honor me by your presence. I thank you. And I encourage you to remember you're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. Are you Eloha? Get that answer and then act appropriately. Ask the questions, question the answers. And this is all part of indoctrinating yourself.